During the prayer session, I had my transcript in my hands, the one that had missing results. As Brother Chris was leading us in prayers and everything, I was praying and trusting God that everything would be okay. As Brother Chris was praying for us, my hands were just shaking and eventually my transcript fell off my hand.
Whatever is disrupting your career, disrupting your health, disrupting your family, that disruption caused by darkness, enough is enough. I declare light right now. Receive light in your career, light in your family, light in your health, light in your marriage. Let there be light. Let there be light. Let there be light. Let there be light. Let there be light.
My name is Mary and I'm connected from Zambia. I had an academic problem. That was last year in November. I'm a medical student. Last year I was in my second year. So in November, I was examined in 7 courses. Then in February, after the results had come out, I discovered that only 5 courses were showing on my transcript. And then the other 2, the school administration that told me that I did not write. Because according to the information they had and everything, is showing that I did not write the other 2 courses. But deep down in my heart, I knew that I wrote. When I heard that, it disturbed me a bit academically, because I was actually supposed to be going to the hospitals for my clinicals and practicals. My career was on the line because what it is here in Zambia is, since those other 2 results were missing, that only means that I cannot write my final examination. Not only that, I also can't write my licentiate examination. I used to follow Brother Chris starting from last year. I could join him via Facebook or YouTube when he's praying. And then when I looked at my situation, I knew that I needed God's intervention in that particular situation. Then in the month of July, I wrote an email to God's Heart TV. As I was still waiting for their response, one day I went to school to still try and follow up the same issue of my missing results. I was told the only way out was for me to write again. Those same courses that were missing on my transcript, I needed to write them again. And that could only mean I have to start preparing for the same examination again. I also have to pay for the same examination again. And then on the same day that I was told I need to rewrite is the exact moment that I received an email from God's Heart TV. So after I was told to rewrite, then immediately my phone, I received a notification. I checked, it was from God's Heart TV. It was at that particular moment I knew that I was not going to rewrite again because I could see God working things out in my life in a very perfect manner. Then on the 6th of July, that's when I joined the interactive prayer session. During the prayer session, I had my transcript in my hands, the one that had missing results. As Brother Chris was leading us in prayers and everything, I was praying and trusting God that everything would be okay. As Brother Chris was praying for us, my hands were just shaking and eventually my transcript fell off my hand. After the interactive prayer session, that was on a Saturday. The other week on a Friday, I went to school and I was told my results were found and I actually passed. That only means that there's no need for me to rewrite again. And when it's time for me to write my final examinations, I'll write properly. When it's time for me to write my licentiate examination, I'll write properly. I'll not have any inconvenience at all. And just for proof, here's my transcript. This is the transcript that had missing results on it. This is my old transcript. Now, this is the transcript I have now with all my results showing that I have passed in all the 7 courses. As if that is not enough, on the same day that I needed to collect the transcript, I did not know that there was need for me to pay. So when I reached school, they told me to just wait for about 2 hours or so because they were putting all my results together. Afterwards, when I was finally called for me to go and get my results, I was told I need to pay. And then at that particular time, I did not have money to pay. So if I did not pay for my transcript, that means I'm not able to collect it. So I stood outside a bit trying to think on where I could get the money from for me to pay for my transcript when just one man just called me. I don't even know if I've ever met him in my life. He just called me and gave me the money to go and pay for my transcript. So that again just showed me how God just had it everything planned and everything just worked out for my good. And now that I have my results, I now feel like studying again. I study well and I'm happy. I still go to the hospital to do my practicals, and my academic life is now back on track, unlike the way it was before. Before, when my results were missing, I never used to study again because I knew that if I don't have these results, I won't be able to write my final examination. So what is the whole use? So to some extent, I even thought of stopping school, but that is all gone now because my results are with me now. My faith has really been lifted. From the 6th of July, I read the Bible more. I even fast. I pray. Then the maximum time I would pray would be 10 minutes. But the other time, I just found myself praying uncontrollably. It took me more than 1 hour. I was just praying. So from that time, my spiritual life has really been lifted up and my relationship with God has really been strong. I'll use a scripture to encourage the people. The scripture is coming from the book of Luke 18, verse 27, and it says, what is impossible with man is possible with God. So that is basically my word of encouragement. I don't know what people around the world are going through. You might be going through a situation that seems impossible with us humans, but whatever it is possible with God. If only we can trust in Him and believe that His time is the best, then there's nothing that is impossible with our God. He is able.